up
Good
too. You don't
afternoon
have to call like full
on
Zab
Ottawa
Iqbal, but just Zab.
Designers. We're
Zab
here with
should be good.
Zab Iqbal, and she is a famous Ottawa designer of makeup, recreating faces for all sorts of events. She's an amazing makeup artist. How are you today?
I am very well. Thank you so much. How about you?
Amazing. Can you give us a little bit of a background of who you are?
Who am I? Yeah, that's I'm still wondering myself. Who am I? Being started like as a mom, here in Ottawa, and got married, came here, and then started doing like exploring here and there with the stuff, and then being an artist all my life, started exploring this side as well.
I love
uh,
I love
yeah, so
get your love of makeup.
yes, but it's a very funny story. Like on my end, being like a tomboy all my life, I never used to wear makeup all my life,
It's always up.
and yeah, I'm still like my tomboy is still there, but it's a little bit changed with a little bit of makeup on it too. So once in a while, so
Absolutely.
yeah.
So, how did you get into the training? Did you go to school? Did you take classes? Did you do this on your own? How did you get into doing makeup?
It's like all started with like a sense of curiosity, because I was being no makeup person at all, to being a professional makeup artist.
Yeah,
So my journey is like I went with the flow kind of. I'm kind of a person. So, but the connection being a tomboy and the makeup was the art part. Like the canvas changed. It's like the makeup is an expression to
absolutely.
me. So like expressing and exploring that part, I'm like, okay, I need to learn. Started watching YouTube at that time. Everything was YouTube. But being zero knowledge about makeup, I said, like, you switch off the video and you are like lost. Like, okay, now what they were talking about, and
What's
then
foundation? What's concealer?
exactly. So when you don't have knowledge, if you have a knowledge and interest, number one thing is interest. If you have interest, then you understand. For me, I was never interested. That
Okay.
was the funny part. So I'm like, okay, my brothers were getting like they were planning to get married, and I'm like, okay. And being a South Asian from Pakistan, so back home we have like the culture is like to get ready, get all glammed up, like fully glammed up. I'll say not even glammed up.
Yeah.
So like people like to get ready extra with everything. So for me, I'm like, I don't like going to the salons myself, like personally, being having young kids at that time, and then I'm like, I would rather learn myself,
Yeah.
just to avoid not going to the salon, having an appointment, and leave my kids alone.
Why not?
So that's all started with that kind of thing, like being the curiosity, and then how to do things properly, because we used to see back home, like at that time, like lots of foundation not applied properly, and then I'm like, oh, if the makeup does that to you, I don't want to look like that. So I'm like, okay, if I want to learn some on some point, it needs to be done properly.
And that's funny, actually.
So I then went to school for that.
Okay, you did go to school and you actually create your own colors because when you mentioned how foundation was put on the wrong way or lipstick, I
Yeah.
noticed that when I had my makeup done by you that you create your own lip colors and stuff. How did you start doing that?
Like when you are doing and you are an artist, you like to mix different mediums together to create like a certain look or particular color you're looking for, or a texture. So that's like how I like to mix all of the makeup stuff. All the mediums, you can say, like for example, creating a lip color. For example, you have to line the lips, then you are liquid lipstick, and then the lipstick,
Yeah,
lip gloss. It depends on the client as well, like what you are really looking for and how long is the occasion for, and
absolutely.
then you create a lip color accordingly. And certain colors, they are your signature colors, I'll say.
I love that.
So that's how I like create like everything: the lip, the foundation, concealers, name it.
That's cool. And
Yeah.
difference between working with a photographer that, say, reaches out to you and has a vision? Do you guys have a consult of what they're looking for and then you create that? Or is it the model that comes to you and tells you what their look is, or a combination of both?
It's the combination of both, I'll say. Like, not even the photographers, all of my clients, like from the photographers to the models to the actresses, they all, like, we follow anybody who we like, get attracted to, certain style of makeup look or anything. They reach out to you. But being in the industry for almost, this is my 10th year. So being in the industry, when you're working with for a long time, the photographers or anybody, the models as well, they know like what style are they usually looking for. They know my style, so it's easy on that part. Usually we discuss when I started, I'll say that was a bit, you don't know anybody's style, neither they do mine. So we used to discuss that prior. Now we do discuss it, but it's very easy, and
Okay,
like it's to the point. Like, Zab, we are looking for this particular look, and you know what to do next.
that's
So it's, as you grow, and then you grow with them as well in the business, and then it's easy on every part, that what they are actually looking for. So it's the basic. They tell me what's the look, what's a bit of a concept, and they ask my input and my suggestion, and then I, like, the mix of things, and then we create with one a particular look.
That's very cool. And are there different things that you love to do? Like, do you love to do wedding makeup or fashion shows or photography? What are your favorite looks to do makeup for?
I think I love everything about this industry, the beauty industry, like from fashion to bridal. That's the thing about I love about this industry. Like, it's such a vast, if you see, and it's everything is there for everybody.
It's
Like,
true.
and it depends on the mood too, right? Sometimes you don't feel bridal, just avoid bridal. But for me, I think it's everything, from
That's
bridal to fashion photography, to fashion shows. I love all.
very cool.
I love all.
Stay on top of all of the trends.
Trends, yes. You need to, sometimes you follow the trends, but
Okay.
sometimes you don't have to follow the trends,
Okay.
because being an artist, you don't want to just, like, for me, being aware of the surroundings and being aware of the current, style. But the era where we are living in, the good part is that everything is happening at the same time in the makeup. Like, one client, like in a day, for example, if I have a client, she's going for a matte look. The next client is like totally opposite. He
Yeah.
wants like super glowy. So, like, it used to be back, like the 90s look, and but there are people who don't want to have that look. So,
I
the
love
was so that's the good part, is that of this particular time era, I like that everything, this era is for everybody, what they are looking for. And then, you play around with that, about that, and then you put a little bit of input. You ask the client, okay, what you like and dislike, and then, you create a, according to your expertise, you create like a customized look for them.
That's amazing. So could you walk us through, if a random client contacts you, what's the process until the actual application?
Like, if they usually like come straight to me, or before having an appointment.
Calling you and they want like wedding makeup, what would be
Okay.
the process?
Okay, the process, yes. First of all, like, I'll ask them what are they really looking for. For example, the wedding, for example, and I'll ask them, like, which date. Number one, the date and time are you looking for?
That's
And if I'm available, I let them know that I have my availability, but I need to know what time they want to be ready by, in their opinion. And then I'll suggest them accordingly, that, sometimes the clients don't know, and which is almost, I guess, 80% of the people, in my opinion, because they think that, and it's sadly, it's people need to get more educated about this, like, it's a very sensitive kind of a topic in like in education, that reaching out to any client, I'll say, not just makeup, hair, or photography, that they have you have to reach out to an artist and ask beforehand. Do your research a little bit, what ask question you are going to be asking for, like the date and time, is the artist available, and like how, like they should be flexible as well on their part, because for me, for a wedding client, some of the brides, they want they are going for a first look, and some people are not going for the first look. So the schedule goes either on my hand, for example, and in most of the time, bride doesn't know that the event is at 5 p.m. and they said they just want to get ready really close to 5 p.m. I'm like, it doesn't work like that. You
No,
can't be rushed like on my. I don't want things to be
no,
get rushed on my end, and I don't want the brides to be rushed too.
absolutely. You know,
So
better to have more time if there's
yes,
touch ups that need to be done, if there's anything that's
yes,
done well.
yeah. So everything, they need to be like the prior the appointment. They need to know these things, like the timing wise. Like there's what is like they should know uh, by which time they expect to be ready by. And then how many people, and what's the occasion,
Okay.
and then are they just looking for a single service, or and what look especially as well, because it depends on that too, that what look are they going for, are the natural, minimal, or like a full glam on. So these things people need to know. I think that it's the basic things I need to know before the
Yeah,
call.
be a big difference if you're doing, heavy makeup and all that. That takes longer than a natural look, perhaps, unless you're trying to, get tones. Could you
Yes.
explain the difference between day makeup and night makeup?
Yes, the day and night makeup. It's these days it's a funny, like for us, day and night. It depends which field you are in for, right? But for for example, a beginner, for example, they don't know the difference between a day makeup. It's all about the color palette as well, and it's the play of colors. In the more are the in the morning, they are neutral colors and muted colors, and then people, if you're just going out normally, you just want to cover up, like like give a fresh look and a natural look, blemishes being covered. And then in the night, it's like it's all about lighting, the day and the night. In the If you go for a more pronounced look in the morning, then it's going to look a little bit but it
It's
depends. It's a difficult question in regards, categorizing being an artist. It gets sometimes difficult because I deal with everything like the day and versus it goes, opposite sides too. So it's all about the play of colors and light. The palette, the muted to more pronounced at night, the color wise, and
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 how
the contrast.
and how do you choose the brands that you use? Are there specific brands that you like more than others?
There are, but being an artist, you like to explore different brands. But over time, being playing around with different products, you fell in love with certain products and certain brands. But not all of the brands, which you love, all what they carry, are they are meant to for me. So they
Yeah.
are like particular product. For example, Charlotte Tilbury. I really love her products. That
Okay.
her, the color palette I really love.
Beautiful.
The pinks and the pinks and the peachy pingasm kind of colors, and like subtle, and the Hollywood glow I really love. And then I
Beautiful.
really love Hourglass, for example. I like multi
Colors.
dimensional or multicolors products, I'll say, which can be applied easily for if I have not to pick for myself, but for the clients, that they can be what do you say, can be used multiple times. You're running late, for example, all in one kind of a thing, palette, for example. So you have
I
like the
love that.
base, the blush, the contour. You can say use the same product for eyes and lips too. So it makes life easy kind of
Very,
products I really like. So
very cool. How
yeah.
long does it usually take for you to apply makeup?
Okay, it depends on what look are the clients looking for. For example, I work pretty fast,
Okay.
like really fast. But you really need to take time not to make feel the client being rushed. So for a natural look, for example, it takes around 30 minutes.
Okay.
Like
And can
for a minimal look, it's like I can be done maybe in 5 minutes. But
yeah,
it depends on the client as well. Like if you are on a set, it's a different story. It can be like 5 minute to 10 minute for a minimal makeup, but 30 minutes I'll say maximum. And for the full glam, it's 45 minutes to 1 hour, up to 2 hours as well. So
wow.
really like full faced kind of makeup can be 1.5 to 2 hour max, not more for me.
Absolutely. That's neat. And can you tell us, the viewer, actually, because I know your studio and I love it. Can you
Mhm.
tell us a little bit about your studio?
My studio, I work usually at my home, a home studio.
Yeah.
I am located in Ottawa South, and I work in my basement. And I have a home studio. Plus, I have a little my lightning setup for the photography too. But I go on location as well, both ways. Like
And
depends on the client what they want. If they wanna have an appointment at my home, they are more than welcome to do so. And if they want me to be on site, then
you can,
do that as well. Yes.
could you tell us your fees? Is there a fee if they're house versus a fee if you're working elsewhere? What are your fees?
For different, like 130 is for like a minimal makeup. If
Okay.
someone is coming at my place, but for the
Okay.
full face, it's like 160, starting from 160 for 45 minutes. 45
Excellent.
to 1 minute. Oh, sorry, 1 hour. 45 to 1 hour. It's 160. And plus
Okay.
like lashes, and if I'm on being site, then the charges keeps on adding on. If you like, if I'm going on site, the charges depends on like how far I'm going within
Yeah.
Ottawa or outside Ottawa, and then the the parking and stuff like that. So these things add up depending on the appointment as well, what the client is looking for.
Absolutely. Have packages, say, for a wedding if it's the bride and three bridesmaids, or the bride and five other people, like mother of the bride,
Mhm.
flower girl. Do you have packages like that?
Not all the time. It depends
Okay.
on, sometimes like I have, it's been like a trouble, and then it's in a tough shoes.
Yeah.
Usually when I started, it was like that the charges were less for the bridesmaids and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But later on, it's a hassle because of the clients. They are looking for the same service. So when
Yeah.
it comes to the same service they are looking for, then the charges applies the same for them as well. So then it's the same price for everybody, for them, for every
So
occasion.
now, how can you give us your name on social media, your phone number, email? How can we get a hold of you?
You can get hold of me anywhere. Sometimes if I cannot, you can just leave me a message on Instagram by like through my name Zab Iqbal, and same on the Facebook as well. And you guys can reach me on my cell phone, which is 613-68-00532. And my email address is zainizhar@yahoo.com. And
Excellent.
then I
So
have a website too. If some, like, you can click on anything, you
best
can
one.
find me there too. There are
Okay.
lots, so many portals, these days where to reach. You can find me anywhere you want to. Just pop Zab Iqbal, and then you will be able to find me there.
And what is your website, just in case I was speaking when you had it?
Yes, it's Zab, makeup artist, hairstylist, stylist.com.
Excellent. So
Yeah.
now, what are your last three favorite things about being a makeup artist?
I think everything which makes people, I'm a very people's person in terms of like the clients. I like to make people happy, like, bringing out their best, them, that's my goal. Like, we have like all stressed out lives, like myself and everybody. Yeah, keeping that thing in mind and keeping myself in those shoes. I try to, like, in my appointment, try to make someone relax, take and make that moment, as memorable and relaxing as possible. So bringing out someone's best them is the thing I really love about that. Number one. And number two is like being, it brings out your creativity, it's a self-expression. So whenever, it depends how you feel, and then how explore the medium of the this part of makeup. And number three is like being a makeup artist. I love everything about being a makeup artist: photography, fashion, everything connected in between. So I think that should be, I think, good. Everything I
That's
said.
Well, you're fabulous. I've had the pleasure of having you do my makeup for numerous in the past, and I've loved each time. They've been completely different. Actually, your lipstick is the reason why I started wearing lipstick again, which I never did, but you brought out such a cool color that I said, you know what? I could definitely wear it every once in a while and all that stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
Somebody looking to really have your face completely transformed for any event, whether it's a night out with your significant other or the girls, or a big event like a wedding or a graduation or anything,
yeah,
or if you're a photo shoot or you're a photographer looking for someone to help
yeah,
you with that. She
yeah,
is your girl. Zab is amazing. Google her online. You will find her in Ottawa to everybody. And it's a really cute studio, tons of awesome things. She can do eyelashes, spray tan, hair. She can do makeup. She can style. She even has an area to get a photo taken. So it's
yeah.
fabulous. Thank you so much,
Thank you
Zab,
so
and your
Thank you so
Ottawa designers. And we'll chat
Thank
again
you
soon.
so much. Thank you
My,
so much for having me.
my pleasure.
And I
Bye.
hope everybody, like a ciao to everybody. And then I look forward to seeing you guys again.
We will. Thank you so much.
Take care.